Cartoons, the animated frontier. These are the voyages of the Cellcast podcast. Its continuing mission to explore strange new cartoons, to seek out new animation styles and new creative storytelling methods, to boldly go where so few ever go again.
Wrong? Okay. This progress is a part of Christian Reek Central Network. Wrong.
Hey, Scoop, what are you doing, man?
I don't know. I'm supposed to be reading an ad.
All right, hold on. Give me it.
Okay.
All right. This podcast is part of the Christian Geek Central Network at ChristianGeekCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast.
The animated series.
Joining me today is a man who's on the lookout for a raccoon, Jacob.
Why, thank you. I'd like to introduce our host, a man who's just a kleptovoyant.
I've never stolen a thing in my life, not even technically.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
So how are you doing, Jacob?
Man, I'm doing good. Minus a little coughing fit
I'm
yesterday.
I'm glad that's all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So today we are reviewing Season 1, Episode 22 of Thundercats 2011, The Forever Bag. Why don't you tell us about this one, Jacob?
While the others are at Mount Plundar. In Dogtown, Wily Kit, Cat, and Snarf follow Tookit, a raccoon into the Forever Bag, a magical bag that is infinitely big on the inside, where a magical bag that is infinitely larger on the inside, where they retrieve their property, meet a group of orphans, get roped into a life of crime. Turning tables on the charming rogue, the kids clear their name by persuading Tookit's 3 young recruits to fool him.
All right. The trivia for this episode, the magic word used to enter the Forever Bag is Rankinbass, a node to Rankinbass, the producers of the original 1980s Thundercats cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is an interesting episode.
It is.
I can't help looking, though, at the Forever Bag and not think of other objects that are bigger on the inside than they're on the outside, such as Felix the Cat's bag.
Mm-hmm.
Or, let's face it, the one you think I'm going to say any second now, the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. I find it weird how Tookit still thinks he needs to steal stuff with that much gold that he's got in the Forever Bag.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Tookit, if you went somewhere else and sold all this stuff, you'd be a rich raccoon.
Yeah.
And no one would ever worry about it, never come for you if you just did it correctly. But no.
No.
You have to keep going because you're crazy like that.
It's an impulsion. It's an obsession.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The fact that we are introduced to Tookit in this episode.
No, not in this episode.
There's the next episode
2 episodes ago.
Yeah, never mind. Scratch that. Wow. Because these episodes do get blurred.
Mm-hmm.
You do blur them because it's that continuity that's so well defined in the series, where they meet up again with Tookit. And obviously, Tookit has acquired another little trinket. This time in the form of a pin, which comes into much later on in the episode, at the very end of the episode. But we'll get there when we get there. The fact that Tookit is such cleverness because he tricks the kits. I want to say the kits.
The kittens?
The kittens. Like he tricks the kittens into going into his forever bag and basically hustling them into his gang to do his bidding.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you just never cross the kittens because they're going to get back at you pretty well.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually, yeah. But overall, I enjoyed this episode so incredibly well. And I can't wait to finish the series.
Well, it's too bad it's still going to end too soon for our liking.
That is so true. That is,
but yeah,
so true.
I'm enjoying it. It was a good episode. I loved the little illustrations on the Thunder Kittens wanted posters.
Yes,
including Snarf's.
Yes, that was hilarious.
That was funny.
That was.
I mean, yeah, and of course, then you've got the what do you call them? The Burgle-Knots?
Burgle-Knots.
Yeah, the weird dog-like creatures with 4 eyes.
Yeah, and also my own headcanon, ever since I watched the original series, the character Mammut, they just look like Mammut. So in my own headcanon, they're designed for Mammut. So
works for me.
Yeah. That would be like the character design in this show is phenomenal. Definitely with your monster of the week or your your general character you come across and is like, oh my gosh, just the level of creativity is just on par with a lot of things going on. It's so incredibly detailed and so fun to watch. So obviously
the dog constable.
Yeah, dog constable. Yeah, let's talk about the dog constable for a second. The dog constable or the big boxer of the bunch, which I grew up with a boxer, so I do have an affinity towards boxers. And plus his constant struggle to get Took-It and the kittens, and when they just jump into the forever bag, it's just hilarious every time until the kittens trick Took-It and giving him another bag, which was hysterical. They set it up much earlier on with the little orphans. And it's just a stroke of genius. And I love how later on, even in the latter parts of the series, that the forever bag is still being used, which is very.
The Thunder Kittens make off with the bag.
Oh yes, absolutely, and it's just genius. They keep using assets throughout the remainder of the series. Yeah, and it's so well written, and people should go back and watch this. There again, it's available on Netflix, on Hulu.
Right. And we've only got, after this, only 4 more episodes remaining until we're at the end. Yeah. And I could be wrong, but there's only really one more shot of Mum-Ra, right? One more time Mum-Ra's in the show?
Yeah, for the most part.
Which is weird.
Well, technically two episodes.
We'll talk about that off the thing.
Yeah.
But I think that does finish us for this episode.
I think so.
Join us next time for Recipe for Disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Come, Jacob. We must prepare for next week.
Prepare for what, Drew?
The same thing we do every week, Jacob. Record a podcast.
Oh, boy.
So where can they find you, Jacob?
They can find me on Facebook at Jacob B. Heron and Jacob's Daily Art Corner, my personal art Facebook page. On Twitter at Jacob B. Heron. On Instagram at Jacob B. Heron. And on Letterboxd at Jacob Heron. Where can they find you, Drew?
You can find me on Facebook at Drew Dodgen. You can also find my Facebook page at Drew's Photo Bin, where I upload my photography. You can also follow me on Letterboxd at GGeorge759 and Twitter at GGeorge759. Where can they find us, Jacob?
You can also visit our website, thecellcast.podbean.com, where you will find every episode we released and links to listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher. Our RSS feed, if we aren't in your favorite podcast app directory, please share, review, and subscribe to us there and share us with your friends.
You will also find a link to our Facebook group, the Double Feature Podcast Community, where we talk about both animated and live-action movies. We share this with our other podcasts, which we do with Jacob's brother Jim, at the Movie of the Week podcast, where we talk about live-action movies. You can also email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Also, please like our page on Facebook. We try to post about upcoming movies. If you comment on that movie's post before we record, we'll read your comments in the episode. And remember, every time we say the Cellcast, that is with a single L.